welcome to the Guitar Collection. With me here today is a wonderful instrument by the Canadian luthier Douglas Scott. And this one here is a short scale guitar. It is 635 millimeter scale length, a breeze to play. Now Douglas Scott as a luthier has really been making a name for himself for making extremely high quality, traditionally braced guitars, but with some modern features like a raised fingerboard and this magnetic removable sound port cover, which is a really handy feature. As you might have even seen from the intro there, that was a little experiment of playing with the port open and closed. I'll get to more of the little details about the port here in a little bit, but I wanted to give you a quick rundown of the specs here. Of course, I would say the most notable thing spec-wise about this guitar is the fact that it's a short scale guitar, and with that shorter scale length, this guitar is also a little bit smaller bodied, both in terms of thickness of the body and also the overall size of the plantilla of the guitar. It's just a little bit smaller. It's really fun. And while I'm a tall guy and with pretty big hands, this guitar still fits in my lap nicely. I feel like I can still play it really well. I don't feel like I'm getting caught up on the frets or like hitting the wrong fret. I find myself adjusting to it really quickly, and it's no secret that I'm a fan of smaller scale guitars in general, this one being even smaller than what I typically prefer, which is 640 to 650 millimeters. It's a real breeze to play. But anyways, besides those specs about the scale length and the overall body size, you'll notice that it has a spruce top. It is fan braced underneath, and the back and sides are this beautiful maple, which you can see some flaming end here, and a strip of rosewood down the center. That's really nice and beautiful. The neck is rather D-shaped. It's not incredibly thin and it's not incredibly thick either. I would say overall very comfortable to play. And there are also fret dots on the 7th, 12th, and 17th fret, it's really handy when you're going up high and trying to play notes way above the 12th fret there and finding your position, or even better for harmonics. It's really nice to have that 17th. Some other things about the guitars, you'll notice that it has this really nice armrest here. Just another one of those features that makes it really comfortable to play. And you'll also notice Douglas Scott's signature headstock there. Very simple, elegant. I really like it. So I said I would talk a little bit more about this sound port and the sound port cover that it comes with here. Now I have a lot of guitars with sound ports. I, in general, like them when the luthiers decide to put them in the guitar. And it does create a really fascinating effect for the player, namely the player, but arguably you can hear it on the other side too. Now you might have heard the difference in the intro. You might not have. It's really in this close range, it's a very small difference. And further away, it's even smaller of a difference, but it makes a real difference for the player. When it is open, it sounds much more, well, first off, much louder from behind, but also more open. I know that's kind of a funny play on words because you're literally opening the port, but the sound just is a little bit more open. You'll have to take my word for it. If you've ever tried one, you'll know what I'm talking about. But I do think you might be able to hear the difference on the other side. I would say when it's closed, from the other side, it sounds a little bit more direct, maybe a little bit less wild of overtones. So depending on what you're playing, you might like that. With it open, I think chords, just strummed chords or arpeggiated chords sound so lovely. Like it adds something to the character of these chords, another dimension, I'd say. So I thought I would actually test that with you here and just play a few chords first with the port closed, and then you'll see me take it off. I'm going to say nothing in between so that you can listen to the difference and not be interrupted. So let me know what you preferred out of those two examples there, port open or port closed. I go back and forth, and I think that's why it's really fun to have that option. And if you really want to drive yourself crazy, you can just have it halfway open. So you split the difference between the two. Okay, moving on, I want to just talk a little bit about the character, the sound of this guitar, and play a few little examples for you here so you can better get to know this guitar. But before I do so, I want to remind you to subscribe to the channel. You know this is coming if you've been watching these videos. Check out guitarcollection.com. I'm listing new things all the time. There's a box on the website that if you enter in your email address, I will notify you when guitars like this become available before you see these videos. Send me a message, shoot me an email if there's something you're looking for or a guitar that you're looking to sell. I am doing consignments lately on certain guitars. So write me a message and we'll see if it's a good fit for you. Anyways, let's talk a little bit more about the sound of this guitar. It is a very, very sweet character. For a spurs top guitar, sometimes these can be a little bit tight sounding in the beginning. This guitar is only a couple of years old, but it has a very sweet open character. And I think you can tell that. I don't want to over embellish the guitar here, but I want to play a little bit on some of the strings here. Listen to this. So hopefully you can hear from that. There's a really nice character to each one of these strings. And I have to say, I really fall in love with guitars where the first string sings like this one does. It's really special. So, okay, thank you so much for watching. I'll play a few more musical examples for you here. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, I hope to see you in the comments section. Let's chat about the guitar there. Let me know if you like it, don't like it, or what you'd like to see next. By the way, I know I promised live streams last week. They are coming, so stay tuned and have a good rest of your weekend.